well, another fine autumn day and another chance to get stuck into the camper. I did some work on it yesterday when I had some time in the morning, and then I had to go off to work. But I've got all day today. It's Friday, and let's have a look at what I did yesterday, and I'll explain what I'm doing today. Well, in a rare fit of motivation, I was up in the morning, so I put the canvas on this end bit. So that's 100% glued down now. That's been painted over the top with glue as well. Came up really well, nice and flat. A couple of little blemishes on it, but most of all I can see there's like little screw areas like that one, and I can see where the screws are, but I can't feel it. So it's something to do with the reaction between the glue and possibly the wood filler that I've used on here. So yeah, there's little blemishes, but they're flat. Everything seems to be nice and flat. Now I've put this end cap on, and the idea is that every other piece of canvas is going to come around this edge and have the seam on this side, so that it's less visible here. And this whole end cap's going to be black checker plate aluminium anyway, so all the seams that wrap around from the top and from the sides should be like completely invisible. I know from last video I said I was going to cover the doors next with the canvas in case I had to refit the door hole. And it just made no sense to me after I thought about it. No, I'm going to canvas the sides first, and I'm going to make the door fit in the hole. That's going to be the easier way to go. Don't know why I thought it would be easier to reshape the whole trailer to fit the door. These doors are driving me nuts. Anyway, so that's what we're going to do. So I've taken the doors off, and I've taken the little panels off the bottom here, and everything's sanded around the edges so that it's not sharp. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to, I'm not going to put the canvas along this part inside the door. I'm only going to go onto the side where the ply is, and I'm going to treat this whole part inside differently to make it nice and smooth and watertight. Big holes. I gotta do something about that, but that'll come later. And I literally have today and maybe a little bit of tomorrow before the weather turns on me, and then it's going to be like a whole week of rain and then maybe some sun after that. But I don't know. I've got to get at least both sides done today. So everything I did yesterday should be preparing me for what I'm about to do today. But what I learned yesterday: glue dries really quick, especially in the sun. How am I going to keep this out of the dirt and get it up there and cut it in half all at the same time? There should be enough here to do two sides. Now, that should be roughly half, the way it's folded up already. I'm going to measure it quickly. And actually sanity check whether or not I'm in the right ballpark. It looks like it's going to fit, but looking like and actually fitting, two different things. You think I'd know how big it is by now. 1570 should leave enough overlap. Yeah, it's 1800. That's way more than I need. And width, of course, should be 3 meters exactly. Yep, 3 meters. So I just need to cut this in half along the seam. I really need to rush to get this done, and I'm not even checking my shots, so it's either a good shot or a bad shot. This knife idea is working perfect. Of course, I keep these knives very, very sharp. So This is much cleaner than I could do with a Stanley knife or a pair of scissors. And it doesn't have to be perfect. This edge is going to get cut off anyway. Well, I did start on this side because I thought I was going to have a bit of shade to work in, but it's not going to last long. But I'm going to do both sides at the same time, so I don't have to keep swapping and resetting for the job I'm actually doing. So I'm going to hang both of them up, iron both of them at the same time, glue both of them down, and I have to sort of pick a method to use to do that, and then paint both of the outsides as well. So if I, yeah, less resetting time and more working time, I think is what I'm trying to achieve. So let's stop standing around talking about it and just get into it, eh? Most of yesterday was actually spending time trying to work out how I was actually going to do this and the methods used. And I think I nutted out a lot of it, but I'm sure I'm going to run into different things altogether, mainly because of the shape and also because of the holes. It's probably going to be less work than I actually think it is, but a lot of guessing as well. So I think maybe spread this out mostly on top before I move it down, and hopefully it doesn't blow down while I'm doing it. Yep. Might just get this other one out of the way before I get shit all over it. No, this isn't working. No, don't fall in the dirt. Oh. No. Yep. Oh, it's going perfect so far. All right, plan B. I got a bunch of drawing pins like I did on the tailgate. So I'm going to pin, actually first I'm going to put a border across the top of about 30 mil. I'm going to use that to line it up. I'm going to pin it down all the way across. I think that'll work. That's what I did on the front. And I'm using the thick seam on the top, which I'm going to leave up there and glue up there. The wind isn't going to help today, that's for sure. Oh, the wind. It's killing me. It's going to be a problem all day, isn't it? See if I can just extend that one out. Here. Come on. Stop. Oh yeah, it's great. Yes, I've marked it all down here. I'm gonna have to cut this all across the top too, big triangle off the side. Once I've done all that, it should sort of sit in the right spot. And then if I start from this end and I make sure this is all in the correct spot, because that is I didn't trim that seam. That seam came from the factory. Should line up with the top. You can iron all that out and it should stop flapping around so much. So let's get that done. Yeah, and then I have to cut across the bottom too, but I'm not sure if I'm going to glue that first or not, because I can glue it and then I can get underneath with a knife and cut it. Well, just like the other day when I was using the steam iron to get the wrinkles out, it was working really well. It doesn't work so well when it's on its side, because the iron has to be in this orientation for the steam to come out. So I have been just sort of spraying and then ironing. I think the gaps in the door and things like that are going to make it near impossible to actually do. I think I'm just going to worry about the main surfaces and start getting it stuck down once I've got most of the creases out, I think. It's mainly at the back here that it's going to have an effect, I think. Seen enough ironing. So bright out here and staring at this canvas is absolutely blinding me. That's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. In case you're wondering. And I've been trying to formulate a plan, and what I think I did yesterday on the other part was I took the whole lot up from this side, flipped it all over the top, and then did the top part and tried to smooth it down and then do the bottom part, but by the time I did a lot of it, the glue had dried and it was a battle. It really was. So I think what I'm going to do today is just fold this part back. I'm going to do this one section first, and I'm probably going to start from that end and roll it all back and then do it section by section down, because it's going to get really tricky when it gets up to where the door is and stuff. So I might just do the solid part first, which is literally half this camper, and then worry about the hard part. I'm going to start on this side because it's a bit shady now, and even though it is autumn, I'm getting cooked. And I haven't fully ironed it, and I actually am really dying to see if I can get the wrinkles out while I'm putting it down. So yeah, so the plan is just to get this whole section done, glued all the way back to this edge. And also I'm going to be able to see how much glue is getting sucked in. So the method I'm hoping to use here is just glue bottle. Just going to put like lines of glue across, smear it around, make sure it's nice and wet, bring this across as far as I need to, smooth it down towards that edge, make sure it's still all aligned, and then bring the other end down I maybe could do another section, I reckon. Let's do two. No, let's do the one section. Trouble I had yesterday was either the glue was getting absorbed into the wood or it was drying too quick for me to be able to do the whole thing. So I had to do it in like sections. Tried to do the whole thing, and as I pulled it down, it wasn't sticking. I had to lift it all back up again and do it in sections anyway. So let's try just one section at a time. See how we go. And this is Type 1-3 too. So maybe it'll be easier. Although it wasn't easy yesterday. Okay. Yep. I reckon it's soaking into the wood. I reckon that's what the problem is. Soaking in. It's not drying so much, it's soaking. Although, seems to have good coverage right now. Right down to that edge. It's all dry down this edge. No. It's dry there, it's dry there. I need to rethink how I'm doing this. That's just going to take too much glue if I do it like this all the time. There's no sealer on it. That's better, but it shouldn't take this much glue, come on. Yet here we are. Let's go, I guess. No, there's no glue there, look. No, see how we go. And I can't see the line up there, but I assume it's pretty good. All right. Like this sticking, but no, a bit wet there. It's not great though. I want it to be great. And then the wind comes and blows it all up again. Can't see through these sunglasses. Really good. Went to about there anyway, didn't I? Yeah. This is hard. This is a hard mode. It's already dry. That's a problem. Is it though? Not sticking. Not everywhere. But is it stuck enough? Bit of glue came through there. I mean, I seem to have got the result I wanted. It's nice and smooth and it's stuck down. It seems like a lot of glue that I'm using to do it. And it's the whole point of this basically. Just to hold the canvas in place until I can wet it out from the outside. I think it might be. And then once you completely saturate it with a 50-50 mix, and then it bonds, it should get sucked into the wood as well. I don't know. I'm going to go with that assumption. And that's pretty much what I ended up with yesterday. I mean, it feels good. It doesn't feel like it's disconnected from the wood anywhere at all. You can see where glue's been coming through, or I glued it really heavily. But the rest of it, like it's not shifting. I'm not able to move the canvas around, like slide it around on the wood. So I think I'm going to, I don't know. Do I try a weaker glue mixture? Yeah, I'm a little bit torn. Do I go ahead and mix up like a watery glue just to glue it on there and then do it from the outside? Or do I persevere like this? Just doing a little bit at a time, rolling it on, a little bit at a time, rolling it on, so that the glue actually doesn't dry. What if I roll up the canvas from the corner and do a 45 degrees so I can do that bit, wet the next bit, roll it down, do that bit, roll it. Oh, I could do that. But then if I get to the other end and if I'm not straight, then no, that's not gonna work either. Do I flip it all? Oh, I can't flip it all over the top now. I'm just gonna have to roll it all back. Roll it all the way back to this end and just do one strip at a time. I'll give that a go. I can't think of any other way to do it without using so much glue. Yeah, I'm gonna roll it all back. Start at this end and work my way back that way. And if that works well, I've got a plan for the other side. If it doesn't, I'll think of something else. Oh, yep, drop the pin in the dirt. Good job, mate. All right. So, just go the width of my arm at the time. So, about that far. Yep, that's a lot. Yeah, might be a method in this. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I know. It's sort of working. Well, yet. It sort of is working, I guess. It's more working than not working. It's pretty much the way it feels. Yeah, it's only going to get harder over here. But that's the method. We're just going to keep going on with it. Now that was exhausting. See how fast I was working? Ooh. Anyway, here's what we've done. We have got this totally glued on this side now. It's pretty smooth. I was panicking for a little bit because it wasn't sticking and the glue was drying too quick, and I tried to just like put heaps of glue on and that didn't help much. Just made it a little bit worse and made it dry quicker and get go crusty. But yeah, it's
all on now. Come around all the edges, and I fold them all in, and they're all glued. That one's still just drying, so that's all right. So we did that on both sides, of course, and yeah, down the front here and across the top, which you probably just saw on the time lapse. And I haven't actually glued this from the outside on this one. It's still actually wet at the moment. So I think the next thing I have to do is cut into the window and the door spaces, and then wrap the canvas around the edges somehow. Then put up something to stop the paint going in when I start rolling it on, or in the glue. And we have to wet down the whole lot. 1 or 2 coats, I don't know. But yeah, this side's been ready to go for a while. Actually, I think it did a much better job on this side, but only time will tell. So I might actually start with this window here. I'm just going to sort of cut into it and wrap it in, and I'll try the door. See what mistakes I can make here, and then on my side of the camper I'll do it properly. Alright, because there's angles here, I think I've got to do something like this. I think towards the center. And then possibly box that out like that, or thereabouts. So I'm going to pull that in. I'm going to be missing some spots, but I might be able to fill that in with something else. But here goes. After all this hard work, cutting big holes in it. Oh, I need a beer. It is surely beer o'clock somewhere in the world. Yeah, I think it's working. Look at the straight lines I'm cutting. Yes. Alright. It's pretty good. Alright. I might just try pin these inside, and when I come to wet it all up, just wet the edges. Let it dry like that. It's not a vital part of the camper. It's going to be a window frame around here anyway. It's going to have tape on it. Should stop any leaks. Worst comes to worst, I can just cut it off. Get rid of it altogether. With the door, you might start here, go to the center. Same here. I don't want to go all the way into the corners. Nope. This is what we're doing with the doors. Another solution will present itself, I'm sure. Yeah. And that's that. Oh. Ideally, I'd want to do this next step when all the panels on the trailer are done and do it all in one go. But I don't know if it's going to rain or when it's going to rain or when I'll get a chance to do this again. And also got to cut a hole in the roof to put the roof fabric on, and I don't have time to do that today. So I'm going to start with the outsides and just wet it all down, and just like I did with the front, let it dry for an hour if it takes that long, and then cover it up, and then come back to the roof and do the roof tomorrow. If it's nice and sunny, of course. If not, I'm just going to have to wrap it up and let it sit for a while. Anyway, I'm going to make 2 litres straight up of this 50-50 tight bond and water, and just get stuck into it because I'm running out of time. And I'm running out of energy. Look at me go. Don't know if this is the best time to do it or not, but sun is going down. I keep getting paint glue from the bottom of this jug. Anyway, I made up 3 litres, not 4, because if I made up 4, I wouldn't have any room to shake it. And I think I'm going to do this side as quick as I can, move over the other side, just go backwards and forwards until I run out of paint. Might even paint the front again. I keep calling it paint, but it's glue, which is pretty much what paint is. Glue that goes hard while sticking to your wall, or something like that. Anyway, this needs to be soaked. Stick first up. Get off. I want to start on this side because it's going to be the messiest, because it's leaning towards us a little bit, so paint's dripping off it towards me. When it drips off, that is, if I let it. I really have no experience painting stuff like this. I did the bathroom once and it looks shocking. Running out of daylight lately. Actually did well on the other side, not slopping all the paint inside, but yeah, as I said, it's leaning that way slightly. So when the paint drops off it, this is going to fall in. So, no, I did pretty well. I wonder if you could spray this 50-50 glue. Well, it's in my hair now. All right, I'm not going to do it on camera. I'm going to do the rest of this bottle. I'm going to stick it in there. I'm going to do a quick coat on the other side, quick coat on this side. I'm going to let it dry. Well, finally finished it. Managed to get it all wet down with the glue and the water. Sun is about to go down and I'm just waiting for it to dry, so hopefully a little bit of wind comes and helps that out a little bit. I'm probably going to be covering it in the dark once it's actually touch dry. It's actually getting there now at the moment. It's only been about half an hour. So I'm going to pick up this tomorrow. I have to do the roof. I have to cut a hole in the roof for the fan and then cover it. And literally it's ready for painting after that. And I have to do the doors, making the doors fit. Then it's ready for painting. Fuck already. Okay, man, quick. Anyway, if this video's too long, then I'll see you next time. Otherwise, I'll see you tomorrow.